Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear friends, as you know, this is the 8th episode of the series in which we are discussing different aspects of the life of Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian. In the last episode, we discussed a topic by the title, A Prophecy Becomes a Miracle After Its Fulfillment, and proved from the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, that Mahdi and Masih are two different two names of the same person, who is the Mujaddid of the 14th century. And it has been proved from the traditions of the Holy Prophet Muhammad that the place of the advent of Mahdi and Masih is a village in eastern country, the name of which is mentioned in the tradition as Qadian. It is now crystal clear that all these traditions are pointing toward Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, who belongs to an eastern country, and the name of his village is Qadian, which is very similar to the name mentioned in the report as Qadian. Today we will discuss some signs which are only in the form of metaphor in the prophecy about Mahdi. Let's go straight to the topic. There are some signs, of course, about Mahdi's advent which do not apply in the literal sense to the founder of Ahmadiyya movement. For instance, that he will be a king for 7 years or will possess large treasures. This is, however, accepted on all hands that prophecies are couched in metaphorical language, because the future events are shown in the form of visions and dreams, which are subjected to interpretations like other prophecies. The Holy Quran has also called Roya and Kashaf as God speaking from behind the veil. The Holy Quran, chapter 42, verse 51. Therefore, the apparent expression should not mislead a person about the promised mercy. For instance, it has been mentioned in a report that he would come with 2 yellow mantles. Abu Isa Muhammad ibn Isa Tiramdi al-Jami al-Tiramdi, volume 1, page 80. Yellow mantle is interpreted with a disease, and this in fact pointed to 2 diseases with which the promised mercy was going to suffer. It is surprising to note that about Mahdi, it has also been mentioned that on him there will be 2 shining mantles, as if he is from among the men of Israel. Abu Naim Iqtirab al-Sah, page number 129. About possession of kunuz, that is treasure, as well the same mistake is committed. Kunuz is taken to mean treasure of gold and silver, but when the Holy Quran or Holy Prophet, may peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, say, I have been given 2 treasures, red and white, Sunan Abu Dawud, Kitab al-Fitna, which we have already discussed in the previous episode as red nation and in the east and white nation in the west. No one takes them to be treasure of gold and silver, and it is interpreted as signifying 2 groups of people. Similarly, a saying of Hazrat Ali has been recorded in Hujaj al-Kirama that blessings of God be upon the renouncers, that at that place are the treasures of the gold. But these are not the gold and silver, but consist of the people who have recognized the God as they should have, and they would be the helpers of the Mahdi. Hujaj al-Karama, page number 396. When in such reports treasure of the Mahdi have been considered as his helpers, there should be no difficulty in interpreting the metaphorically the expression kunuz appearing in other traditions. It has also been mentioned in a hadith that la hawla wa la quwwa, there is no power except his power, is a treasure from among the treasures of paradise. And the reference is Al-Nihaya fil Gharib, volume 4, page number 36. Now, this is not a treasure of gold and silver, but only as it is stated in Al-Nihaya, the reward which has been stored. Again, it has been mentioned in some of the reports that Mahdi will also dig out the treasures from under the Kaaba. Now, gold and silver are not buried under the holy place. On the other hand, it is the riches of the knowledge and wisdom which were manifested by the Holy Prophet Muhammad and have been concealed from the eyes of the world with the lapse of time. The real treasure is, in fact, the wisdom and divine gnosis, which were lost in the age of corruption, and only letters and form worship was left with the Muslims. Thus, whoever restores the lost glory of wisdom, it is he who really digs out the treasure and distributes them among the people, which is mentioned as the digging out of the treasures from earth. Therefore, in case of Mahdi, does not means digging of the gold and silver, but it is only a metaphorical expression which implies the imparting of the knowledge and wisdom by Mahdi to the people, which is indeed the task of all God's sent reformers. Their kingdoms is also spiritual one, and if God wills, he may favor them with the temporal powers as well, but their actual kingdom is always the spiritual. Now, as Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad Sahab has written in his one of his poem that मुझको क्या मुल्कों से मेरा मुल्क है सबसे जुदा, मुझको क्या ताजू से मेरा ताज है रिजवान यार. That is, I don't have to do anything with these worldly and physical temporal powers and countries and states. I have nothing to do with these things, and my crown is actually hidden in the pleasure of Allah. If Allah is pleased with me, that is my crown. Now, if a person insists on the literal meaning of these reports, it would be impossible for him to accept all the reports which are so contradictory in their details that even those who generally believe in them also entertain doubts as to their literal fulfillment. The contradiction in them are so great that either the whole lot have to be rejected under the principles when two things contradict, they cut each other, or only the general and collective testimony should be accepted. A part of them should be interpreted metaphorically, and a part, of course, has to be left aside. When we follow this principle, these reports invariably apply to Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad of Qadian, the founder of the Ahmadiyya movement. That Mahdi will not spread Islam with the sword, and that he and the Masih are one. These 2 points have made it definitely clear that Hazrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad is indeed the promised Mahdi. It does not make any difference if a ruler Mahdi may also appear at some future time, but just for the sake of mere possibility, it is not right to reject the saying of the Prophet Muhammad, which has been fulfilled. I think it's enough for the day, and from tomorrow we will start a new chapter that will be Promised Masih. We will discuss every aspect in a different episode. So, if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe it and press the notification button so that you will get the updates from our channel. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.